Okay, so I'm going to describe for you today the Label Legend Manager. Assigning label legends to the instrument is an activity that you're going to do probably more than anything else as a lighting designer, because each time you draw a light, there's certain information that needs to be attached to the light so that electricians and others will know how to interpret your design. I have placed here 3 generic Source 4 36-degree instruments on my page. I used the Align and Distribute tool to align them to each other and to position them at a certain spacing, just as I might do on a lighting position. We'll talk more about lighting positions later. But what I want to do here is to reveal to the electricians and everybody else who's reading my drawing what information they should know about each of these instruments. There are standards related to these, and so I'm going to demonstrate the basic USITT standard for labeling simple, standard, conventional fixtures. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the Spotlight menu, and I'm going to open my Label Legend Manager. The Label Legend Manager comes up, and there's nothing here active in the legend name. So I'm going to add a brand new label legend. This label legend I'm going to call Source 4. I'm just going to use S4 as code for that. And then I'm going to determine which attributes I want to show in the label legend. You'll notice that there are 2 columns here in 2020, Vectorworks 2020, and maybe in 2019 as well. We want to be sure that we select in the Use in 2D format so that it appears on our plot, but not necessarily in any rendered views. So what information do I need? Well, let's go with just the basic information. First, I need a unit number. I need the color, and I need either a dimmer, or I prefer to use the circuit number. Over here in this right-hand column, you'll notice that I've got Use in 2D, Use in 3D. This is the number that I might find it, and that's going to be handy because there's one more attribute that I want to select here in a moment. This is the attribute description. Then over here on the very right-hand side, I've got the container type. The circuit number I want to enclose inside of a shape so that it's easy to find the information and it's distinct from the symbol itself, since the other things are related to the symbol, but this is very important information that stands alone. I'm going to choose, by clicking through these, the hexagon container. All right. When I click OK, now I've created a label legend. But it's not quite finished yet. I need to tell the label legend where to put the information. So I'll click on the name and I'll say Edit the 2D layout. Here's the instrument that I used last of all, and that's the one that it's done for. Here are all of the bits of information that I need to have for the label legend. So the unit number, according to USITT standards, goes right in the body of the instrument. So I'll line that up right there. I've snapped it right to the center. The color is going to go where the color goes, right there near the gel frame. And then the circuit number I'm going to place down here. And I'm going to bring the shape down here as well. Okay, now just to make sure everything looks nice, I'm going to go ahead and select everything, go to Align, Distribute, and distribute it, align it to the center. So now this is what the symbol is going to look like, and any information that I put into each instrument is going to follow this same template. I'll exit the symbol. So now nothing happened to my instruments because they haven't yet been assigned. I can assign the instrument now by going to Spotlight, Label Legend, Assign Legend to Instruments. I choose the legend that I want, and I may have a variety of different ones based on the number of and different varieties and types of instruments in the drawing. I'm going to select my Source 4 instrument and give it some information. Now, you'll notice that the little hexagon showed up, but there's no other information, and that's because there is no other information associated with this instrument. I just created it, but I haven't given it any specific information. With this instrument selected, if I go over here to the Object Info palette and click on the Edit tab, I can begin to put in some information about it. I'm going to say this is unit number 1. I'm going to give it a color. Let's call it R3. And then I'm going to give it a circuit number that was called for. This is currently arbitrary, but I would put that according to my plot. I would know where my circuits are in my particular space. So we'll call this one circuit 34. And then it needs a focus. There's some focus information that's required too, but I haven't created any focus instruments. So let's just call this the door. Well, this one's focused on the door. I'll click OK and OK again. And now I've got this instrument with the label legend attached. Oh, I remember now that I've forgotten to add my focus area to this. So I'm going to go back up to Spotlight. These can be edited at any point. So let's go back to my Label Legend Manager. Here it is, and I want to add this extra field. So I'm going to go to Edit Fields. I'm going to scroll down to number 65, which is my focus one. I'm going to click Use in the 3D right there and click OK. But now I need to place it, so I'm going to go to my layout. Here's the focus. I'll move it here, and that's where the focus is going to be. When I exit the symbol, it has automatically updated the symbol to reflect the choices that I have made. Now I can do that one instrument at a time, and that's really helpful. I usually create the label legend early in the process so that when I put an instrument on the drawing, I can automatically assign it and give it all the information that I need so I don't forget. But I can edit it at any time. I can also do that by groups. So I'm going to grab these two instruments, go to Spotlight, Label Legend, Assigned Legend to Instruments. I'll use the Source 4 and click OK. Once again, there's no information associated with these instruments, so there's nothing that appears other than the container for the circuit, which will eventually be listed there. I'll click Edit. I'm going to give these now a unit number. You'll notice when I'm editing a group of things, one of them stays highlighted, and that's how I can know which one I'm working with. If I want to apply everything to all of them, when I'm finished, I'll apply it to all. But in this case, I'm going to take them one at a time. So this will be instrument number 2, unit number 2. We'll make this a color. Let's go R65, one of my favorite numbers. Circuit number, let's put it in the next circuit, 35, and we can focus it also at the door. So now I'll go to the next instrument. This one is now unit number 3, and its color, let's put a pink in there, R44, and let's go with a circuit number 36, and its focus is unknown to me. So we'll go ahead and click OK. When I do that, you see that everything automatically updates. I can modify by adding extra information to the label legend. I can create a brand new label legend to suit a specific need, or I can change any of the attributes within the label legend. So for example, if I go to my label legend manager and I want to select Source 4 and the 2D layout, let's say I would like the unit number now to appear as in the color red. I can do that, and when I exit the symbol, it will update everything that's assigned to that. So that way I don't have to go through and edit every bit of information for every instrument. Once I've got a bunch of them on my drawing, I can just modify my label legend through the label legend manager. Okay, I hope that's useful. That's our label legend. So for you, I'd like you to follow this exercise through. Go ahead and create 3 or 4 instruments, create a label legend, apply the label legend to the instruments, and then give them some hypothetical information according to US ITT standards.